So happy Monday at 7 with Pat 7's 7 topics in 7 minutes or less. Begin. Number 1. Why do you care about this Kenya mall siege? There's an upscale mall in the country of Kenya where 30 hostages were taken by a bunch of terrorists. Now, Kenyan forces have gone in and taken care of most of it. As I speak, I think they're wrapping it all up. But on the surface, it pretty much seems like more crazy Muslim terrorists doing crazy Muslim terrorist things. We have crazy groups in America, too. They're called the KKK, the Westboro Baptist Church, sleeper cells of terrorist Muslims, Honey Boo Boo Child, her entire family, and, of course, Pat Robertson. Hell, we just had a giant shooting of our own at a Navy shipyard in D.C. So why do you care about this? Probably because someone's going to say this while you're at work today. Do you ever go into the mall and you think to yourself, this could happen to me? That person in their adorable voice isn't wrong. It could happen. If you've ever gone into the mall and looked around and paid any attention, it's not exactly like they're screening people on their way in. Nor should they really have to. This is America. You're also going to hear today some genius say something like, that's them Muslims and their Muslim ways. There's no doubt. There seems to be a lot of Muslim radicals out there who do terrorist-like things. Is that all Muslims? No, not really. There's like 1 billion Muslims. There's crazy Christians and Hindus and all sorts of crap, too. However, right now it seems like Muslims do the craziest of those things. In 10 years? Who knows? The Scientologists might lose their minds. You'll have Tom Cruise and John Travolta holding up a mall. The fact of the matter is there isn't much to say about the whole thing. It's crazy people being crazy in a part of the world that isn't your backyard, which I suppose is a very good thing. This is where our government, I think, could make a lot of money and do a lot of good in the world, though. We shouldn't start wars with people, but when crap like this happens, and perhaps a government is in over its head on how to get everyone out alive, they should call us. We have these things called Navy SEALs. They're very good at what they do. I don't know what the death toll is going to look like after this or if any hostages are going to die, but I guarantee you the best of the best when it comes to the Marines or Navy would go in there and have those people out, no problem. They could trade us a little bit of oil, a little bit of money, say some good words to our buddies in the UN. It makes a hell of a lot more sense than just bombing people recklessly. That's all I'm saying. Hey, number 2. Another water cooler topic you're going to hear about at work today is a transgender teen was crowned homecoming queen at her high school. Cassidy Lynn Campbell is a senior at Marina High School in Huntington Beach and was born a male. But he always felt like a she, so in high school, she began taking hormone blockers and estrogen injections prescribed by an endocrinologist that made the transition to living as a girl. She decided to run for homecoming queen in part to make a statement. And lo and behold, she won. Congratulations, Cassidy. Lots of people, as you can predict, are going to be pissed about this. Though I'm not really sure exactly why they're pissed about it. Are you pissed because you don't like gay people, or are you pissed because your stupid daughter didn't win? One of the things in this school district that's probably being discussed is it fair for someone who's technically a man, even though they identify themselves as a female, can actually win this? Who cares? A lot of people can't help but think that this could happen to their little sweetheart. And here's what I have to say about that. If your daughter gets upset because she didn't become homecoming queen by losing to a transgender person, perhaps next year she should wear a better dress or something. Or maybe she should not rely so much on her looks and instead work on that glowing personality I'm sure she has. Number 3! Speaking of homosexuality, the Emmys were last night. I kid, of course. Some of the big winners, well, you know who they are. I was really happy to see Jeff Daniels win for The Newsroom. I know it's the last season of Breaking Bad, and a lot of you have a Woody for that show. But Jeff Daniels is simply amazing in The Newsroom, especially after seeing him in Dumb and Dumber years ago, which, by the way, they're making a sequel to. And yes, he and Jim Carrey are both in it. Colbert finally won one over The Daily Show. I'm not sure if he won it because Jon Stewart took the summer off, although I will say, while Colbert not only won Best Variety Series, he also won Best Writing. And I don't know if that one was fair. Perhaps The Daily Show should have gotten that one. Those writers made John Oliver look like a genius. And to John Oliver's credit, he did a very good job. I was disappointed that House of Cards didn't win more. I'm not surprised, just disappointed. They did win Best Director, which makes them the first ever web-only series to win at the Emmys. Get used to this, though. This is the trend. Network television is dying. Yes, they have some big shows still, and for a while yet, they're going to have some big shows with some big numbers. But eventually that bubble's going to burst. All your TV's going to be on demand. You're going to be able to watch it in marathon sessions. I keep waiting for the day that HBO or AMC or one of these cable networks say, screw it, we don't have to have a cable subscription to have our app. I would love to pay $15 a month just to have HBO Go and get all that programming, rather than have to have a cable subscription to get it. Number 4. There's a picture circulating through social media of an 8-month-old pregnant woman named Leanne Ellison, who's 35 years old. doing CrossFit. She's lifting like 75 pounds while doing these crazy exercises that CrossFit does. As you can imagine, when this hit Facebook, people lost their minds. One person even says that's a great way to lose your baby. I'm a man, I have no idea what goes into being pregnant and having a child. All I do is put it in there and somehow it happens. By the way, it's really good to be a guy. I will say you CrossFit people have some kind of cult thing going on, though. I get trying to be in shape, but dude, you're 8 months pregnant. Take a load off, lady. Put your hands together for number 5. Texas leads the U.S. in deaths by hands, fists, and feet. The Lone Star State had 101 people killed by hands, fists, or feet in the last year. That's per the FBI, by the way. As the saying goes, don't mess with Texas. And my response to that is don't move to Texas, because you may get beaten to death. Though the whole stigma of them being gun-toting folk is kind of ruined by this, isn't it? Number 6! You know, a college degree once meant a guaranteed, well-paying job, but that's no longer the case. And that's mostly due to long-term economic changes and the effects of the Great Recession. This is according to an article in the LA Times, by the way. Do you know that 15% of taxi drivers have a college degree? 18% of firefighters do, too. The reality is that the number of college graduates has grown vastly faster than the number of jobs that require high-level education skills. As I keep saying, college is really overrated. There's a good chance just learning a trade will make you a better living than actually going to college, wasting thousands of dollars on a communications degree, and ending up working in a call center for 20-some grand a year. Number 7. I like Mumford & Sons a lot. I really enjoy their music. I've really heard too much of it, though, on the radio. Kinda tired of it. Good news, though, they're taking a hiatus for the foreseeable future. I actually applaud them for this. Overexposure can kill a band. Take a break, regroup, come out with something that's actually good rather than something that's rushed and half-assed, like so many bands do.